The tragic death of actress Natalie Wood has been a Hollywood mystery for 40 years. Can the autopsy report give some clues as to what really happened? Watch and see. Actress Natalie Wood had a successful career in show business, one that started at an early age. She landed her first movie role just before she turned 5 years old, and although she only appeared in that movie for a few seconds, her talent was hard to ignore. Throughout her career, Wood appeared in several noteworthy films, including Rebel Without a Cause and West Side Story. Tragically, however, her life was cut short when she died in 1981 at the age of 43. In November 1981, Wood, her husband Robert Wagner, and actor Christopher Walken went on a boat trip to Catalina Island, along with the vessel's captain Dennis Davern. On the evening of November 28th, the group had dinner at a restaurant in Catalina before returning to their yacht. According to Wagner, his wife went into their cabin to sleep at around 10:45 p.m. while he continued talking with Walken. When Wagner went into the cabin later, Wood was nowhere to be found. He searched the yacht and discovered that the dinghy was gone too. The Harbor Patrol and Coast Guard were called to the scene a few hours later, and Wood's body was found in the water soon after. To this day, there are a number of controversies surrounding Natalie Wood's death. Back then, it was ruled an accident, but many speculate that there was more to the story. For one, Wood's sister insisted that she wouldn't go out in a dinghy as she was extremely terrified of water. Apparently, she wouldn't even swim in her own pool. Robert Wagner suspected that Wood may have had a hard time sleeping with the dinghy constantly hitting the yacht, and that she might have gotten up to secure it and accidentally fell into the water. Others, however, suspect that foul play was involved. In 2011, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department even reopened the investigation into Wood's mysterious death.
Recently, we have received information which we felt was substantial, enough to make us take another look at this case.
Since the incident, more information has come to light, including a source who claimed that Christopher Walken heard Wood and Wagner fighting that night. Furthermore, help wasn't immediately called when Wagner discovered his wife missing. It wasn't until a few hours later that the incident was reported. New witnesses, including a few people who were in their own boats at that time, have also come forward. They claim that they heard arguing and a woman shouting for help on that night. Although circumstantial, these fragments of evidence suggest that Wood's death may not have been a simple drowning incident. When Natalie Wood's death investigation was reopened, her cause of death was changed from probable drowning to undetermined. Investigators noted that Wood's body was found dressed in her sleeping attire, including a plaid flannel nightgown, argyle socks, and a red down jacket. Wood's blood alcohol content was also 0.14% at the time, which was higher than the legal driving limit. A few medications were also found in her bloodstream, which were intended to treat pain and motion sickness. These facts aren't necessarily so surprising, however, as the actress consumed alcohol while having dinner that night with her companions. However, there were also bruises found on several parts of her body, including the ankles, knees, and wrists. In the 1981 report into her death, the bruises were attributed to the actress hitting her body on the side of the yacht as she struggled to get back up after falling overboard. However, the new coroner's report states that the bruises occurred before Wood even fell into the water. The report reads, "The location of the bruises, the multiplicity of the bruises, lack of head trauma or facial bruising support bruising having occurred prior to entry in the water." In addition, the yacht's captain Dennis Davern has since revealed in an interview that he lied during his police interrogation. In 2011, Davern was asked by NBC News whether he thought Wagner was responsible for Wood's death, and he answered, "Yes, I would say so, yes." Nevertheless, the facts surrounding that night are murky at best, and although new developments crop up every now and again, the truth behind Natalie Wood's death is likely to remain a mystery. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.